This conference.
Okay, so before starting the session today, so any questions, anyone so far? Okay, so so yesterday, just in few minutes, I'll just recap what we discussed yesterday, and we'll continue with that. So yesterday we discussed about a concept called cloud computing. Okay, so cloud computing means everything we do in internet, such kind of process we call as cloud computing. There are different offers, different services can be offered using the cloud computing concept. It is a concept. So there are many companies in the market like Amazon, Microsoft, Salesforce. These are the companies. By using the cloud computing concept, they are providing some of the services. AWS, Microsoft, Azure, all those are related to infrastructure as a service. That kind of service. That is also, those technologies also related to cloud computing. Salesforce also related to cloud computing, but Salesforce offers only software as a service and a platform as a service. As a software as a service, Salesforce is offering CRM applications. And as a platform, Salesforce is offering Force.com platform where we can modify the CRM applications provided by Salesforce. And also we can develop the new applications, okay, by using the platform. So that's what we discussed yesterday. And also we understood about the CRM process. CRM means customer relationship management. So when you deal with any business in the market, okay, so the main thing, the company will give advertisements to introduce the product or the service in the market. People in the market or some other companies in the market give response by seeing those advertisements. That information will be captured as a lead. Lead is some inquiry about the product or the service. In the lead, the company will capture the other company who is showing interest about the product or service. You see the personal information plus company information. If lead is showing interest further to lead, they'll make the lead as customer by converting into account and contact and opportunity. Account we call as company. Account is nothing but company. Company specific information will be stored. Contact is the person information who is working in that company will be stored. Opportunity is a deal. So what they want that will be stored in the opportunity. Okay. And once the product or service is sold, the next phase is support. If there is any problem, they'll call to customer care and whoever is offering the product or service, that company will create a case and work on the case. Case is a support activity. It can be installation request, it can be a problem. All those things managed mainly as part of the support. So these phases you see as part of the CRM. Now Salesforce, based on the CRM, offering 3 applications. When you sign up with Salesforce for a company, when you log in and see, you will see marketing, sales, and service, 3 main applications as part of the CRM. But clients, they cannot use this application. Maybe they can use, but 100% won't fit for their business because Salesforce is having many companies as healthcare industry companies, banking companies. There are different industries in the market. So as per that industry, to mold these applications by using the platform, we have the capability, declarative tools, the configuration tools. Using those tools, some of the requirements of the client we can achieve. And for few requirements, we have to do the development by using the platform. So at high level, all these things we are going to use. Okay, that's what is the job scope when you join in a company. Either we need to work as an administrator or you need to work as a developer. Developer should know about administration also. Administration is prerequisite for the developer. Maybe some of you are from testing background. you want to do the Salesforce testing, for them also admin. For everything, admin is suitable. If you want to work as a business analyst or product manager, so for those kind of roles, administration is suitable for you. Okay, so that's about the job scope. And already we discussed about the advantages of the Salesforce. If any company, if they register with Salesforce, everything inbuilt, we can see inbuilt applications provided by Salesforce, right? We have inbuilt UI, the web pages. When you interact with those pages, the business logic is inbuilt, predefined logic is there. And also the interaction with the database, everything will be by default provided by Salesforce. And also to hold all this information, so there is a space needed in the cloud, right? So in the cloud, in the internet, in one of the Salesforce server, they will allocate the memory to hold all this information. Okay, in general, as a minimum by default, when you sign up based on the edition, there are different editions: professional edition, unlimited edition, enterprise edition. So let's say for enterprise edition, by default, they provide 10 GB space, right? Into that, we can store all the information. If there is a need beyond this, so this company will request to Salesforce and the Salesforce will increase, but they will charge for that. Okay, so that's what will happen. Okay, so that's what we discussed yesterday. Today, so let's see, so how the project will be started and what we do. Let's say, take same example. So Dell is the company. They are looking for CRM application. Bhuvan and team, they are responsible to get the CRM application for Dell company. They know that Salesforce is #1 CRM platform in the market. So let's say they open Salesforce websites to understand the different editions. They also can talk to the sales team. Let's say they want to go with this. They will try for free, sign up, and they'll get the account, and they'll start using these applications. But I am not going to sign up for the free account. If you sign up for free account, it will be only 30 days free. After 30 days, if we don't make the payment, it will expire. Okay. So for us, we don't want to expire our account. So as a developer or as an administrator, if someone want to start with Salesforce, for them, there is a special kind of edition. So you don't see that here. There is a special kind of free account that is developer edition. Okay, you need to open this website, developer.salesforce.com, and here you can create the free account. It is like we are registering for production. How you are registering, same thing. Okay, but this account will never expire. Okay, so for sure, all of you only please register here, developer.salesforce.com. If you sign up here, your account will never expire unless you don't log in for 6 months. Even if you don't log in for 6 months, Salesforce will send email. By checking that email, once you log in, again it will be extended for 6 more months. Okay, as soon as you are up to date with your email and so continue, your account will never expire. Okay, that's why while signing up, I recommend you to give if you are very serious about the technology, Salesforce, give your email address which you check regularly. That's what will happen. People create one new email for Salesforce technology. They won't bother about checking. And also there is a certification program. All those things are linked to the email. Okay, I saw many people losing the certification credentials and all those things. If you are serious, just give your email address which you check regularly. Okay, so now sign up here. So let's sign up. Instead of registering here we are registering because it won't expire. Okay, then the process will be same. Okay, so it's like we are registering for production, Salesforce production instance for the company. Okay, so here maybe I'm going to use maybe same name. Let's use Here I'm saying Bhuvan. So let's use that name. Something like this I'm using. So this assume that we are registering for the Dell company. And first time one of the user from the Dell company will register, right? One of the primary user. Okay, so email address. So I'm giving my email address, okay, because I need to verify and do many things. And role can be anything. Okay, let's say I'm choosing developer, but it can be anything, whatever you feel you can choose. And the company name. So officially, maybe if you want to go with our example, company name is Dell, right? For Dell customer registering, I'm giving that. Okay, so country, I'm giving India. If you are in US, you can give US. Okay, so based on this, Salesforce is having many servers. They have hundreds of servers to allocate the cloud space to the customers. So based on the country, we get the server space in one of the nearest location for this country. Just like that. I'll show you where we can see those servers. Okay. So if you choose maybe USA, you get the space in North America servers. Since I am choosing India, I get space in Asia Pacific server. So like that. I'll show you what is that server name and where we see that. And the postal code, you can give anything. Salesforce is not going to validate. And this one, officially, this should be like first name dot last name, right? Let's say Bhuvan@dell.com. Okay, really, when you work for that client, this is how we give in the project. Right? First name dot last name @ for the Dell company we are registering. For all the user names, they follow this naming convention. First name dot last name @ company.com. Okay, so but here maybe since it is for demo, this also since it is a free account after registering, Salesforce will be automatically generating a unique URL for this company. So when Salesforce is generating a unique URL, in the URL, they maintain this company name. Okay, but I don't want to see this as Dell, so I want to see like this for my recognition. Okay, but officially that is a company name. And also here to make it very simple, right? So I'm just giving Bhuvan97.com. Okay, but this place is for the company. Okay, so sign up. So when you sign up, maybe wait for maybe a few minutes, maybe 3 minutes or 5 minutes for the email, because after sign up, Salesforce is going to take some time to generate the unique URL for this company, what we are registering. Okay, that will take few minutes. So that's the reason maybe after a few minutes you will get email. Okay, so click on sign up and wait for a few minutes. Okay, so meanwhile, so what is the difference between this free account, or let's say if you purchase this account, so then if you register for this free account, so what is the difference? Okay, let's maybe understand about that. So this developer edition is having some limitations. Okay, developer edition. So one of the limitations, maybe I'll say limitations. So one of the limitation, space, the server space allocated by Salesforce, only 5 MB, only up to 5 MB data you can store. To avoid misusing Salesforce free account, right? So for business, 5 MB is not at all sufficient. So to avoid misusing by some of the companies, server space for data, right? So data storage space, only 5 MB we get, right? That is one of the major disadvantages. Really, company cannot run business with 5 MB data to avoid misusing. Okay, so only this is the main one of the disadvantages, and one more other disadvantage. we cannot create the sandboxes. Sandbox means test environment. In general, when you work for any company, directly we should not work in the production. Production means the live application, right? Where the all end users use the application, right? Live space, live environment. So we should not directly work in the production, the live environment. We have to always work in the test environments. So here test environments we call as sandbox. So sandboxes cannot be created. Okay, since it is a free account, we cannot create the sandbox. If it is a paid account, for sure we should not work in the production. Once you register, you get production. We don't touch the production directly. We create a sandbox, which is a test environment. First, we work in the test environment, then deploy to production. But here, for free account, there is no way to create the sandbox. We have to first, maybe we get the production and directly in that only we work, because it is a developer edition. Directly Salesforce will provide capability to work. But in the real production, when you register, they won't allow to do the development. For sure, you have to do the development in the sandbox and deploy to production. So that's one of the major disadvantages. Only these are the two disadvantages, but there are some advantages. For example, here, let's say I have registered for enterprise edition. Based on which type of CRM module you want. For example, company needs only sales. Company needs only service. Okay, so when they want like that, only once you register, you see the applications specific to that. Suppose sales, only you can see opportunities and account contact, those standard objects, standard tables. You don't see anything related to service like cases, those kind of things you cannot see. Okay, so just understand about that. Okay, so those are limitations, right? And also, how many users you are paying? The billing is per user. So if the client want 10 users, they have to pay for 10 users, right? Monthly, 10 users multiplied by $150. The billing cycle is per year, right? 150 multiplied by 10, multiplied by 12. That much the company needs to pay and use. Okay, but in the free account, 2 licenses with Salesforce, they will provide, right? Which is free. No need to pay anything, right? Here, at least, if you want 2 users to $150, we have to pay per month, right? So that's the one of the thing. Okay, so when compared to these normal editions, in developer edition, you see more features. It is equivalent to unlimited. Okay, so only disadvantage is with the storage space and this. Okay, so and many people ask how the real environment looks. If you register for unlimited edition, exactly unlimited edition production looks like a developer edition. Only the difference is in the unlimited production, you see the minimum storage space as 10 GB or 20 GB based on the edition. Okay, and also you have the capability to create the sandboxes. Okay, but for us it is fine. We are not really running a business. For our test data, 5 MB is more than sufficient. Okay, so as an administrator, developer, if someone want to start with Salesforce, for them these are absolutely fine, right? So that's the thing. Just understand. Now let me check my email. By this time, I think I might be received one email. So I have received one email, right? So this is the email. Salesforce generated one of the unique URL for the organization. Batch 97 is supposed to be the company name, right? Generated. So this user is a primary user. This is the username. Now we need to set the password. That's the reason while you sign up, you have to give the valid email address. If you give something which is not valid, you cannot register, right? So click on verify. Here we need to set the password. Okay, I'm just setting the password. I'm setting the password as SFDC @123. Some secret question, whatever you like, you can give. And now, if you see, we register. For the free trial also, if you register exactly like this, it will be landed into Salesforce. Okay. Now assume that we registered, right? This user, Bhuvan, registered for the Dell company. Now whatever we got is the Salesforce production for the Dell company. Okay. So now this organization is for the company, not only for Bhuvan, right? Not for only that user. That user is registering behalf of the Dell company. Now who can access this? All the employees of the Dell company, right? So now the next phase, this user is going to create few more users for his team. Okay. The primary user will be having the super user power. That means that user can create many other users and most of all the permissions can be configured. It's like that user is the admin. Okay. Having full capability. This user is going to create few more users so that those users also will set the password and log into same Dell production instance, right? It's not like this is for individual purpose. This is for company purpose. All the employees of the company, they log in and they see, right? Everyone will be seeing same applications, same data. As an employee, if I create some data, the other employees also can see. That possibility is there. Okay, this you have to understand. Because many people thinking, so when we register for one of the user, that user is having a different account. One more user we create, that user is having a different account. It's not like that. Now, whatever we registered is for the company purpose. Everyone in the company will see the same data and the same business related information. Okay, that's the first thing you should know. So now, whatever you are seeing, the look and feel, the web page and how you are seeing, this look and feel we call as lightning experience. Okay, so in 2014, Salesforce introduced the modern look and feel, which we are calling as lightning experience. So most of our administration concepts we discuss with the lightning experience only. Okay, so before 2014, the look and feel of the Salesforce was completely different. That old look and feel now we are calling as Salesforce Classic. Okay, so once you log into Salesforce, if you want to switch between the user interface, top right, you see view profile, you need to click on that, right? So here you see one option, switch to Salesforce Classic. When you click on that, it will be switched to the old look and feel. Now if you see, this was the look and feel until 2014. So later Salesforce introduced Lightning Experience. Slowly, most of the existing clients migrated to Lightning Experience. Nowadays, all the new clients who is signing up with Salesforce, by default, they are using Lightning Experience. Okay. So maybe why I am explaining, sometimes when you get the job and if you assigned it to one of the project, let's say already client is using Salesforce from last 20 years, last 10 years. You see in those projects still they work with the classic also. At that time, we should also have a basic idea how the classic looks and what is that. Okay. So always we can switch between the Lightning Experience to classic and classic to Lightning Experience. Here, switch to Lightning Experience. You see the Lightning Experience. Okay. So mostly we work with the Lightning Experience. Based on the need, we switch to classic and use. Okay. So more or less both are same. Only the look and feel is different. The way how we see, that is different. Okay. Functionality wise, mostly you see same features whether you go to classic or Lightning Experience. Okay, so that's the primary thing we should know. Now, once we log in here, just I want to show you the company information, right? When we registered, so what is the information we gave and all those things. To see that, click on this gear icon. You are seeing the gear icon, and they need to click on setup. So once you click on the setup, so left side, search for company information. Just I want to show you company information. If you see, we are seeing one of the link. So click on company information. Here you see the details. Okay, so in which server we got the space, what is the space allocated, all those details we can see here. Okay, so now if you see the primary user Bhuvan, right? This is the company name. Okay, and also if you see the default local English United States, the time zone, currency is in US dollars. That's the default. We can change. Slowly we'll understand about those things. Main thing here I want to show this data space. View data space and see. You see only 5 MB space, right? So which is really not sufficient to run the business, but for us it is sufficient. Okay, that's one of the thing. And also we got the space in AP24, one of the Salesforce server, right? So where we can see these servers. So for that, so let me open one of the URL. So trust.salesforce.com. Okay, if you see these notes, whatever I sent yesterday, all those URLs are here. Okay, now whatever I am opening is this trust.salesforce.com. So somewhere here you see this one, Salesforce servers. The same thing I am opening here. Okay, so here we can see what are the Salesforce servers available. Okay, once you open this website, so you see status.salesforce.com, because nowadays Salesforce company acquired many companies. There is a platform called Heroku. Salesforce company acquired that platform. Tableau, they acquired that platform. MuleSoft also said many companies Salesforce acquired. Okay, so now specific to Salesforce, if you want to see, so click on status here. So left side, I'm clicking on Salesforce services. Now you see all these are the servers. If you see hundreds of servers are there. So when you register, we get space in one of this server. Now if you see our company information, we got space in AP24. Here you see AP24, right? The health of this AP24 is good, available, right? If there is a performance impact for that server, you see this symbol. If it is not at all working, you see like this. Okay, so it's like that. And here AP means Asia Pacific. Okay, so maybe if you choose the location as USA, you might get the space in NA. NA means North America. So if you want to see only America servers, you can filter. If you see NA, so all these are the North America servers. Okay, so again European country servers and all those are there. Okay, and also so when you see we have CS, with CS you see some servers. I'm saying about sandbox, right? So when we create the sandbox space will be allocated from one of these CS servers. Here CS means customer sandbox, right? When we work for a project, when you see one of the sandbox, in sandbox go to company information and see, you see the instance name as CS, one of the name CS15 or whatever. Okay, so just understand those kind of things. And now our server is AP24, right? So let's open that. This is the one. So now here we know, here we see, so our server is with summer 21. Salesforce released 3 versions yearly, winter, spring, and summer. Now Salesforce, this server, particular server is with the summer 21 version. Okay, and also you can see the history. You can also see upcoming maintenance. So I want to see when winter 22 will be updated in this server. So you can scroll down and see October 9th, right? October 9th, I think next month, they are going to release the new version, Winter 22. The major version means, so the main release. Okay. So just these will be helpful when we work for a company. In general, when you have the production and when you have the sandbox, Salesforce first update new version in all sandboxes. Later, they'll update to the production. Sometimes what will happen, you might be developed some of the feature with the latest version, but production is in older version. You cannot deploy. You need to wait. So what is that waiting period and those things to see, this information will be useful. Okay, so this just get to know so that you will be super clear from the beginning. Okay, so that's about that. And also the organization ID, because in the same AP24 server, there can be hundreds of other companies' information. Right now, just now, whatever we registered is one of the company gets placed in this server. There are hundreds of thousands of other companies' information also will be maintained in the same server of the Salesforce. Right? If Salesforce update new version to this, all the companies who is having space in this server, they will see that latest version. Right? So it is like that. And to uniquely identify our organization, our company, Salesforce is allocating a unique ID. Okay, so by using this ID, they will recognize our organization and maintain privacy, right? So the other companies cannot access our instance. Right? They separate with this unique organization IDs. So that's what will happen internally. Okay, so just I'm showing, and also licenses, right? So one of the primary user type of license is Salesforce. If someone want to access the standard applications, sales, service, marketing, those applications, the user should be assigned to Salesforce license. So one of the license which is highest costly license when compared to all other types. Okay. So for free account, up to 2 licenses Salesforce is provided. Right? The primary user, whatever we registered, is by default automatically assigned to the Salesforce license. That's why user license is one, and we have chance to create one more user with the Salesforce license. Okay, but we have other licenses, right? So the other licenses will be having some limitations. For example, Salesforce platform license. If you assign this license to one of the user, these licenses users cannot see any standard application, sales, marketing, service. Those applications provided by Salesforce cannot be seen by this user. They can only see limited tables of Salesforce provided accounts and contacts, only some tables information they can see. But they can see custom on the platform, whatever we develop as a custom, those applications, those tables can be seen. Okay, so like that, there are some variations. Going forward, we'll see more about that. Okay, this is at high level to understand. So what we do. Okay, now this is about that. Now we know we registered, we have production, and we see where we got the server space. We should also know in that server other companies' information is there, and we should also know in this company, in this organization, this is one user. Maybe this user might leave this company in maybe next few years, right? So this is not for this user. This is for the employees of this company, right? This user will be going to create few more users. So let me show you. So left side, when you are in the setup area, so left side, search for users. Click on users. So we know we registered for only one user. As a default, Salesforce automatically generate few users. If you see charter expert, integration user, security user, those are auto generated by Salesforce. Okay, it's not that for sure we should use those. So maybe for now you can ignore. Okay, but from our side, whatever we created is this user, Bhuvan, one of the primary user. And if you open this user, so you see automatically profile, right? So this profile deals with the permissions, which kind of permissions you want to apply to the user. More about this when we start a topic called security, we'll know. Okay. So system admin means one of the highest level of permission for a user. So this user can create few more users and can do all those things. If you see the license assigned, Salesforce license, select that. Okay, so now this user can go to users and create one more user. So click on new and create one more user, right? That user's email address and as per the company standard, how they are maintaining the usernames, first name dot last name @ company.com. And also what is the license? So we assign that license and profiles. More about this we'll see later. And create one more user. Okay.
This is the limit.
Yeah. So with the Salesforce license, if you see already, we have only 2 licenses available. It's not possible to create few more users with the same license. You can create users with the other license in the developer edition account. Okay. So just understand. So maybe let's create. Just I want to show you how we do this. So, but this, if you see today, I registered for one of the account, right? So one of the main thing, so people are registering, and after registering, again where to log in. If you log out, next time where we need to go and log in, that is a confusion, right? So the thing is, we have to know the production URL for Salesforce is login.salesforce.com. Okay, so next time when you log out of this account, to log in, you need to go to login.salesforce.com. So this is the URL to log into the production. Okay, again, don't again go to developer.salesforce.com and sign in. Okay, when you sign up here. Next time when you log in and access Salesforce, again, no need to open this website. Open login.salesforce.com. This is the URL for production. Okay, and here we have to enter the username and password. So if you remember, what is the username we give? Bhuvan @batch97.com, SFDC @123. This is the way we have to provide details and log, right? Now this primary user, whatever I have registered. So I'm saying the username for this. Maybe I'm keeping here. This is the URL to login. This is the username. Password I'm giving here, SFDC @123. But I'm not going to provide access through this. Okay. So this class account, whatever I registered, I use this account to explain day to day about different topics. I'm also going to provide access, but not with this user, which I'm using. In the same company, in the same organization, I'm going to create one more user. Through that user, I'm going to provide access. Okay. So don't try to log in by using this username and password. I will provide other way of login. Okay, you have to follow that. Okay, just understand. Now, one more thing, even though you know, right? Now, all of you know. So, what is the username and password? Even though you try to log in, you cannot log in. Okay, when you try to log into Salesforce from a new internet IP, right? Or from a new browser, Salesforce will additionally ask for the verification code. Verification code will come to my email address by default. Okay, until I provide the verification code, you cannot log in, right? So that's why don't try to log in with this. I'm going to provide one more user where it won't ask for the verification. I'll explain about that. Okay. So now, and also I'm saying by default, the verification code will come to my email address, which is associated to that username. If you want to get the verification code to your mobile, you can choose the country and provide the mobile number. Instead of email, the verification will come to the mobile as SMS, right? So if it is my personal account, I'll be providing my mobile number so that it is easy to log in, right? But since this is for demo purpose, I don't want, right? I don't want to register. Maybe in your case, if you register, it is better. Easily you can log in, right? So I don't want. If you want, you can give so that verification code. In case if you go to some other place and log into your account, that time additionally when it asks for verification code, you get to your mobile, check that and provide and log like that. Okay, so this is just to know, right? So we registered and it is landed here. We also should know how again we log in. Login.salesforce.com, provide username and password, like. Okay, so in the same account, now I'm going to create one more user to provide access to you. Okay, so click on users, and this primary user is having capability, right? So click on new user, and so this I'll use to provide access to you, right? So just I'm giving this username as access. Technically, it can be like proper first name and last name. So I'm maybe managing some format. So like this, I'm giving maybe username, but email should be the valid email address. I'm giving same email. It's like this. And license, I'm also assigning Salesforce license. And for now, maybe I'm assigning system admin only. Later, I'll change, because what is happening, if I give system admin capability for this user also, now I'm going to provide access to this user for all the 20 members, whoever is joining. So people are maybe deleting something what I configured in the session, or creating something additionally, which will interrupt our whatever day-to-day we discuss. To avoid that, mostly I'm going to give read-only access. Read-only means you can log in and you can see what I configured. Same thing you have to practice in our old developer, in our own developer edition account. Okay, so similar to how I registered today, so all of you should register for your own developer edition account. Okay, so we have to practice in our own account, not in the class account, right? Whatever the class account I'm going to provide access is only for the reference to log in and see what I configured. But your practice you have to do in your own developer edition account. Okay, for that, so by tomorrow, I recommend all of you to register into this developer.salesforce.com. Click on sign up, enter your first name, last name, and valid email address, and some username what you want. Username should be in the format of something@something.com. Okay, so that maintain the credentials going forward to practice yourself. Okay, so that's the thing. Okay, this one just I'm simply creating, and for this user also I will set the password, but I'll reveal that after demo. Okay, so for now let me set the password. So this user, right, the other colleague details you provide, that person will get email. Again, that person will set the password and log into the same account, right? So here, okay, so this user also set the password and logged in. Now into the same company, same organization, we logged in as a different user, right? Now the user, whatever we logged in, that username is access, right? So this user is having limited capability. Okay, again, maybe click on this setup, go to users. Now I provided access to this user as read only. This user only can see few things, but really cannot modify, right? again go to users. So now if you see here, you cannot create, you cannot do anything. Right? Maybe edit. I think limited access we have. Maybe it's not allowing. So I'm going to provide access for this user. Okay. So just to understand these things, by tomorrow, register here and have your own account. After demo, I'll share the instructions how you can log into our class account, but our class account access is only for reference. You can log in and see what I configured, and you have to repeat the same thing in our developer edition account. Okay, that is about that. Okay, now, so again, I need to log in back with the main admin user. So otherwise, I cannot create few things, right? So within the same browser, into the same organization, if you try to log in with the multiple users, the recent user, whatever we logged in, that session will be overridden with the old sessions will be overridden with this user. Yeah, already previously we logged in as a system admin user. That session will be closed. Right now, this session is created for this user. Again, if you want that admin, again we need to log out and again log in. Right? You can also log in by using this unique URL generated for this company. Right? If you save somewhere as bookmark, you can also use this to log in. Okay, maybe in your case, this URL might be different, right? When you register, whatever the unique generated URL might be different. In a generic way, if you want, this is the website. You need to log in. Okay, so those are few points. Now, again, let me log into this account and show you few things. So log in. Now this Bhuvan and the team, right? They have Bhuvan is there and also one more user is there. They are exploring and understanding Salesforce, right? So now, so where are those CRM applications? I told that when we sign up, we see the CRM applications. To see the CRM applications, once you log in, you need to click on this app launcher. Maybe here you are seeing as dots, right? This technically we call as app launcher. You need to click on this so that the all applications will be open. Okay. Click on this, right? This is app launcher, right? You can click on this. You can see the applications here. Or if you want to see all, click on view all. Here you see mainly, so we are talking about marketing, sales, and also you see service. And there are many other applications, standard applications are there. The main applications are marketing, sales, and the service. These are the applications. Okay. So now let me work on the marketing application. If you see the inbuilt UI, right? So we did not do any development, just we registered. And the ready-made applications, right? This is the UI Salesforce only developed and provided, right? So all we need to do just as a ready-made, just get it and use. Okay. On top of that, if there is a really need to change, we work as an enhancement, and so for that, no need to wait for not using this. From day one, client can use this. Slowly, they get the new features, maybe monthly, and use those new features also. It's like that. Okay. So now, as part of the marketing, you know the CRM process. It starts with campaign. That campaign is a table. That's what I told. So in Salesforce, the terminology is little different. Okay, so let me explain about some terminology, right? So in general, table means everyone can understand, right? Table will be having data, many rows. Table will be having columns and rows. We store data. So here in Salesforce, table we call as object. Okay, the technical term for the table is object. Going forward, when I say object, what you need to understand, it is a table which can hold some data. Okay. In table, we see columns, right? We see column in a table, multiple columns. Let's say employee information was stored. Employee first name, last name, and email. All those are the column names. So here columns we call as field. I say field. When I say field, you have to understand it is a column in the table. Now in the table we have multiple rows of data, right? So row here we call as record, right? Here we call as records instead of rows. Okay. So this is the terminology. Okay. Slowly, maybe first few days I'll say table and object. Both I'll say it is a table means object. But later after 1 week, I will say object. That means you have to understand. Okay. And also project, right? So let's say sales project, marketing project, invoice management project. Each project is like one application here, right? So project here we call as app application. Okay, this is a basic terminology. Now, if there is a table in the database, how to read the data in the table? In general, in other database perspective, in the database, if there is a table, to read the data in the table, we have to query, right? There are some query languages, SQL, and some maybe if you want to alter the data, right? What we need to give. So we need to use some DML statements and alter the data in case of the database perspective, right? In Salesforce also we do. In Salesforce also, if you want to get the data, we write the query, we write the DML statement to alter the data. But without doing that also, with the point and click, you can make changes to the database. You can retrieve the data from the database using a concept called tab. In Salesforce, we have tab. Tab is nothing but it link, right? Link to an object. So on the web page, you see tab. When you click on the tab internally, it will be connected to one of the object. Object means nothing but a database table, and it will bring the information and show on the UI. In the same way, with the UI, we can create the record, edit the record, all those things with point and click. We can do using this tab without writing any comments. Okay, so just understand this terminology. Now, here, whatever you are seeing, so what is the name of the application here? This is the name. This place is this is the application we are seeing. In Salesforce, application is nothing but collection of tabs. All these are the tabs. Home is a tab, campaign is a tab, lead is a tab. All these are the tab. Right? Tab meaning, what is the tab meaning? Tab is internally linked to an object. This campaign tab, right? This campaign tab is internally linked to the campaign, one of the object, right? Object means table. Okay, so lead also same thing. Leads tab is internally connected to leads table and bring the information and show. Okay, so all these are the tabs, and this is the name of the application. Now, when you click on the campaigns tab, internally it will make the call to Salesforce campaign table. Table means object, and show the information here. You see, this is the table. For now, these are the column names, right? Here, these column names we call as field. Campaign name is a column. In Salesforce terminology, we call as field. Parent campaign is a field, like that. For now, we are not seeing the data. So let's say we have a database table and we have 1,000 records, 1,000 rows in the table. It's not that every time we want to see all 1,000. I want to filter and see what I want. So that will be maintained using this. Here, whatever you are seeing recently viewed, this one we call as a list view. list view will filter and bring only the filtered data what we want to see. Okay, recently viewed means it filter in last few weeks. Did you see any records? Only those it will bring and show. So if you want to see all, so we have some other list views. So these are, since it is a standard table means standard object provided by Salesforce. By default, they are offering few standard list views. So by default, they internally configured filters to show which data, right? If I choose this, it will bring more data as per the filter. And you are seeing the data. Who created this data? We did not create, right? We just today only we registered. So as a test data, when one of the company registered for Salesforce, to have some test data, without test data, people cannot understand how it works. Salesforce by default provide the test data. So all these records are as part of that. Okay. So now here, so this is the name of the table, right? Campaign table. And here all these are the columns we call as fields. And here these things 1, 2, 3, 4, all these rows here we call as records. Okay. So just get to know the terminology. Okay, just it's very simple. Table means object, column means field. We call as field. Maybe you say just a column only. People can understand. Slowly, when you understand, you will only say that it is a field. Okay, so it's like that. Now, when you see this entire table records, if you want to open a particular record, you can click on this link and only see that information. That is possible. Okay, let me click on this link. Now, we are not seeing all the table information. We are opening one of the row in a table in detail. This we call as detail page. Okay, this is a lightning record detail page for the campaign. Okay, so here details, here you see, and also here there are many sections, right? So this top part, whatever you see, technically we call this one as highlights panel. So anyway, for this point of time, if you are not able to remember, it is fine. Repeatedly again and again, right? Maybe by the end of the completion of the course, 100 times I say this is a highlights panel. You will be remembering. Okay. So this part is highlights panel. In highlights panel, only the key information. After seeing immediately what is the key information to understand about the campaign will be maintained here, right? So here, so the campaign type is direct mail and it is completed and the start date and end date. That's it. That is the key information. Whatever company decides, the key information will be shown here in the highlights panel. This is the highlights panel. Okay. And the details, here you see all the details in detail. So what are the other fields information? Fields means columns, right? Information and everything you see here. Okay. And also you have related. So we have a parent-child relationship concept. Okay, one table can have some child tables. That means under one record there can be multiple child records. So those things will be maintained. Those things will be maintained in the related. Okay, so just understand that. Okay, so here all these are the child tables related to this campaign. Okay, so there can be for one campaign, due to one advertisement, how many deals they got, right? All those things listed here. So technically here campaign number is nothing but lead, right? Due to this campaign, how many leads generated? There can be multiple leads generated for one campaign, right? All those things maintained here. Okay, so related list means the child tables. More about what is parent, what is child, and how we establish in the upcoming topics we'll understand. Okay. And the right side, these are activities. Let's say for this campaign to have some discussion about this, so they can create an event, they can schedule, right? So event means it will be like in our Outlook, if you want to schedule a meeting, right? How we schedule in the same way, it is like the event. Okay, so task means say due date. Let's say every week I need to complete the timesheet, submit the timesheet. Every Friday we keep one task, right? So that weekly once it will remind and so we complete the task, right? So task might not be having a specific time. So by the end of Friday, we have to complete. On Friday, anytime you can do. So those kind of things to maintain, we use. Okay, more about this going forward, we'll see. So this will be useful to discuss about that. That's why you are seeing here. And also on top, whatever we see, these are buttons. Technically, we also call these as quick actions, object specific actions, we call. Okay, maybe slowly you will understand about these things. Okay, this is just we are seeing the record, right? If you want to modify, so we have one of the action here, edit. You can click on edit and it opens. This is a record edit page. Here we can modify, right? So like that. So now I want to create a new campaign. Again, if you click on the campaign tab, now in recently viewed, this is what we viewed recently, it is showing. Now I want to create new one. If you want to create new one, if you see new, no need to write any command, right? We have point and click. I can click on new and it is opening a pop-up. Here I can fill and I can save. But here star means required. Without required, populating required fields, you cannot proceed further. Okay, at least required field is manual. So digital marketing, I'm providing this. The other fields are optional. Even if you don't populate, still system will allow to save. Right? That means now in the campaign database table, we introduced one of the new row. Right? Table means object. Into that we introduced a new record. So this is that record. Right? So these are like some default values. I think it took as conference and status plan. Now details, if you want to see, you see like this. Now I want to modify. If you want to modify, again, click here, click on edit, and it is opening. Now again, modify what you want. Let's say I want this one as advertisement. So I want this one as in progress, and I want the start date. It's like that. End date, I'll decide later. And whatever the budget, let's say budget. So I'm saying 10K, right? If you type K, automatically system will generate 3 zeros. If you type M, 1 million, right? It will automatically system. So for this, I'm expecting 1 million revenue, right? If you do like this, 1 million is added, right? So like that. Okay, if you want, you can also type full number. This is a shortcut. Okay, so like that and save. Now we updated whatever record we created, we updated, right? Now maybe somehow I want to delete. Maybe I don't want this. I want to delete. So if you want to delete, you will find one action or button, delete. Click on delete, are you sure? Delete. Again, I want to get that back. Okay, maybe by mistake I have deleted. Or again, there is a need to have that. So the deleted records will be there in the recycle bin. Okay, to access the recycle bin, again you need to click on the app launcher. This is app launcher. Search for recycle bin, right? Click on recycle bin. So I think we're done with our time, right? Okay, so from here, I can check and I can restore. Okay, here one of the limitation, because we are working in multi-tenant environment. AP24 server, we got space. There are many other companies using Salesforce on the same server. So for each and every feature, we have some limits. Okay, one of the limit, the deleted records will be there in the recycle bin only for 15 days. Okay, once you delete, this deletion date should not be older than 15 days. If it is older than 15 days, Salesforce will automatically delete permanently. Okay, that's one of the point. We have the chance to undelete within 15 days. Okay, so within 15 days, if you realize, you can choose and restore. So that's about undelete. Okay, so like that. So all these things with a point and click we can do, and maybe we have some other objects, right? Objects means tables to discuss. Tomorrow we'll continue understanding about so what are the other types, right? And campaign, how it is related. So those things we discuss and continue with few more other platform basics. Okay. So before ending today, any questions, anyone?
Will you be sharing the video recording after the class on the same day?
Yeah, so I'm sharing. So yesterday also I have shared. So did you register? Did you join yesterday or you are joining from today?
No, I got the email yesterday also. I mean, going forward, like every day we will be getting that, right?
Yeah. So until this demo completes, every day you will get to your email. After demo, how I am going to provide access, I'll explain.
Okay.
After that. But until tomorrow, you will get the notes and the recording to your email. If any one of you, if you are not getting, please let me know. And in case if you are not seeing in our inbox, please check your spam folder also. Okay. Yeah. Any
Sir,
other questions? Yeah.
sir, hello.
Yeah.
Actually, from today I joined. I did not receive any email for today.
Today, just now we completed the session, right? So by afternoon, you will get email.
No,
Right?
for today invitation. Like
So this
on daily
meeting
basis.
this meeting link is same until tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay. Every day same meeting link.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, sir.
Only the notes and recording I will
Okay.
be, because I am typing more and new recording will be there. I'll send as email. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
So one more thing about the certification. So
Okay.
I don't know what exactly and how it works, but is there any certification which we have to mandatorily clear to get certified, or after this course we can just start searching for job? Like how?
Yeah. So in India, certification is not required. Maybe if you are from
Okay.
other country, US and Canada and Australia, for sure you should have certification to apply for the job. So more about this tomorrow we'll discuss, right? So how to,
Okay.
what are the certifications are there and how we go with that, I'll explain tomorrow. Okay.
Okay, sir. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Any other questions before ending?
Ashwina?
Hello. Yeah.
Ashwina, am I audible?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
so just checking, I see that your course covers the admin and development part up to text and visual force. But when I'm looking at the most of the job postings are asking for lightning knowledge as well, like their knowledge, and they are mostly looking for lightning developers.
Yeah.
So,
So
what's your
for this course, right? Already, if you see
yeah?
yesterday, so I'm going to cover until the lightning basics, ARA and LWC. Right? You are
Okay,
asking, you are saying that they are looking for lightning knowledge, right? Not working experience. Until the knowledge level, the basics, I'm going to cover as part of this development course. Okay? If you want in-depth information about that, I have a separate course. Okay,
okay,
but it's not that I'm not explaining anything about the lightning until the
okay,
basics to
okay.
crack interview at high level to say that you have knowledge on the aura and the lightning. That means LWC. I will be covering until that. Okay.
And what about the number of roles? Like, are most companies asking for Lightning development experience, or they're just asking for Lightning basic knowledge and experience on normal development like Apex and Visual Force development?
Yeah, so the thing is, the lightning is next level. Right? First, you should focus on completing and learning the development. Right? So once you should be good at development,
Okay.
later part is about the lightning, NARA and LWC. Right? So if you are new to Salesforce,
Yeah, pretty
strongly
new.
first we should know about the development, what I am going to teach as part of this training. And also I'm saying I'm also teaching the basics.
Okay.
Really, if you think Lightning is needed, I have a separate batch for in-depth development on the ARA and LWC. You can try
Okay.
with that.
Okay.
Without that also, there is a chance of getting job and managing. Right?
Oh, okay. So, like, are you saying that most of the positions like are open for people who doesn't have like very like expertise in Lightning development?
That is possible. Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Any other questions?
Excuse me,
Okay.
sir.
Yeah.
Sir, can you please share the index? What are the topics you are covering for admin and development?
Yeah. So how did you know about this training? Where did you register?
I
This
registered
time.
through your app only, sir.
Yeah.
Yesterday I
Enough
spoke to
information.
you and I registered.
Okay. So when you register, when you get email, in that itself, you will find link to see the syllabus. Okay. Or maybe if you are
Okay,
not able
okay,
to
sir.
find, just ping me in WhatsApp. I'll share the syllabus link. Okay.
Yes, sure, sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. We'll continue tomorrow.